Okay, so I'm not used to doing this, but I'm doing it anyway. This is what? Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. This is Wednesday, my fifth day home. I'm pretty good at taking care of myself. I don't clean the house very much, but I'm pretty good at taking care of myself. I haven't had a nurse since I've been home. I turned the nurses down because I didn't want them to get sick if somebody makes a mistake or whatever, like what happened with the hospital. Just people not doing their job, coming in my room without their equipment on. Plus, had I known what I know now about all the equipment and how the shortage are there, I probably wouldn't have complained so much about them taking me out of the hospital, because the last thing I want is to cause more problems with the medical staff, because there was some really good staff at the hospital. But anyway, here's my temperature. Okay. It's always running from 96.4 to 96.7. I don't know why it's doing that, but that's a whole lot better than 103. So I'm upstairs. I'm going downstairs. I'm not going to show you around the house today, because today could be the first day. I'm going to try to spend an hour and clean up one room, and then tomorrow clean up another room. It would seem I almost made a grave mistake when I told the hospital I didn't want nurses because I'm sick. But what they didn't tell me when they kicked me out of the hospital was that there's all these residual illnesses that come along with this virus after the fact, including iritis, or whatever it's like. I guess like arthritis, where their eyeballs are swollen. My eyeballs feel like somebody all night long has been plucking me in my eyes. Then they hurt in the back of my head. I'm starting to lose my voice, and I haven't even done a whole lot of talking. I'm getting hoarse, and my throat is itchy, and that's a little scary, because that's how all this started 3 weeks ago, with an itchy throat and a slight cough. My chest is a little tight, but I think that's because I've been walking around, moving around, and using my lungs a whole lot more than I had. So I just think that's just a residual effect of more exercise. I gained a pound. I went from 193 to 194. I made breakfast for the first time yesterday. Well, it was kind of a mixture of breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So I didn't have a whole lot of energy, so I made it at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and it was the only meal I had. Nope, that don't mean bring me something to eat. I got a lot of food, but I'm gonna have to get my sister to drop me off some plastic knives and forks, because that washing dishes, I don't like washing dishes as it is, but it just the energy level and the the breathing. My breathing gets labored. I didn't take my medication yet, so I'm still kind of feeling that effects. When I take my medication about 20 minutes later, I can breathe a whole lot easier, and I can move around a whole lot easier. So I usually try to take them before I do stuff like this, but this is my first time doing this, so I didn't take it yet. I had to take my temperature and send it to the nurse. I take my temperature twice a day. I don't know why my temperature is never rising above 97.4 or 97.6. I haven't seen a normal temperature, and then maybe that is normal for me. But these 96.4s and 96.2s, those don't make a whole lot of sense to me. So I'm going to try and take my medicine and make something to eat. Or should I say I'm going to take my medicine and try to make something to eat. So I'm going to get this video thing figured out sooner or later, so I don't leave you guys with dark spots and craziness. But that's not what it's about. It's about getting the message out. Just because I'm not a videographer doesn't matter. We got to get the message out to people who are not taking this serious. Here I am under quarantine after 20 days of craziness, in 6 days of death, and it's still not over. It's not even close to being over. I'm going back upstairs and grab my cup of water. As you can see, I can handle that. You know, one problem I have, I got a bad habit of holding my breath. Like, I need to hold that breath in till I get where I'm going, and that doesn't help. So I got to stop doing that. But as you can see, I can get around pretty good. Oh man, I come all the way up here for my cup and it's empty. Only Kevin Harris would do that. Well, not completely empty. Look like the weather ain't cooperating either. Hey, one thing I want to tell you guys before I go about this virus. When I started documenting what I was going through, because I thought I was going to die and have to tell my kids because I was in isolation, nobody's with you when you die. And they never see you again. So they isolate you and your family from each other. And you go away forever. And they always left with that last image of you sitting there with oxygen in your nose. No hugs, no kisses, no goodbyes. The psychological effect of this virus is like nothing I've never known. I had what they call ICU psychosis. And I'm like, nah, dude, I ain't got no psychosis. But I actually did have to talk to the nurses about different times when I thought someone was in my room that was talking to me and it wasn't them. I'll tell you guys about that some other time. You know, I was telling you about documenting the symptoms and listening to the news for all the symptoms. There were 30 symptoms when I first started documenting. And since I've been getting all these cards and letters and messages from people, I've counted 50 symptoms. Some people only lose their taste of smell and they lose their sense of taste and sense of smell. I already don't have a taste because I have glossopharyngeal trauma or lingual neuralgia. In layman's terms, they call it burnt mouth syndrome. I've had it since October 16th, 2016, so I can't taste sugar. Can't taste sugar. So all you people that think I exercised myself into this beautiful body, I did not. When you can't taste Oreos and Snickers and Reese Cups and all the things that make you a bigger guy, the bigger guy tends to fade away. So maybe the virus will bring my taste back, because right now it has my mouth burning twice as bad as it normally burns. So my mouth burns 24 hours a day, 7 days a week from burnt mouth syndrome. And usually it's like a 9-volt battery on the side of your tongue. For any of us, you older guys, when we didn't have all the video games, didn't have a lot of stuff to play with, and we used to tease each other and put that 9-volt battery on our tongue. That's what glossopharyngeal feels like. It's a codial nerve or trigeminal nerve damage, and the virus did something with that. So instead of it being a pain level from 0 to 10 of 3, it's like 7 now all the time, and salt constantly spewing out of my mouth. Now, I already had the condition. The virus just exasperated it. I think I got that word right. Anyway, I'm going to go and take my pills and try to make breakfast. I'll be back. If you guys got any messages, anything you want to know, any questions you want me to answer, and I'm capable of doing that, please come to the channel and post them there so that everybody can see the questions and everybody can start getting answers. Because this is going to be, we're revving up for what's going to be the worst 2 weeks in our generation. So let's do this, folks.